Welcome back, guys. Hey, Rob, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, Scott. How you going?
Very well. Just got over a virus, so feeling pretty good.
You feeling much better?
Yeah, had a cold for a while, but I'm back.
Good to see you back, mate. All right, so we're going to be covering a song from a pretty different genre from what we've been doing so far, right? We've been doing, I guess, hip-hop and R&B, I guess, alternate pop, I guess, with Lana Del Rey. But today we're going to be diving into, I guess, indie folk, with Gregory Alan Isakov. So a little bit different for this channel. I know it's quite different in terms of what you usually listen to, Scott.
Yep. Don't listen to much of...
I have shown
folk.
you a song by Gregory before, which was Big Black Car, which I personally think is one of his best songs. I think it's some of his best writing on that one too. So yeah, I've been listening to this kind of genre for several years now. Was dating a girl several years ago who introduced me to it. Didn't work out with that particular girl, and I wonder whether she knew that would be the case, because these artists that she gave me all make pretty therapeutic music. So it's kind of like
set you up.
Yeah, I wonder if she was like, "Look, you're
For
gonna
life.
need this because this is gonna work out with you. Here's some artists for you to listen to once that happens." All the best.
The girl don't last, but the music lives on.
Yeah, right. So look, it's a
I
win.
think it's a win-win.
It's a win-win. Definitely. You're saying it's a win for her because she got rid of me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a win.
She won. She got what she wanted.
Look,
You won.
and
You
I
got
won
new
and got
artist.
some nice music.
Yeah.
So true. So yeah, let's have a listen to this one. So this is Before the Sun by Gregory Alan Isakov.
I'm on the farm.
Yeah, it's already put you there? Perfect. I think that's where he wants you to be. Definitely where he wants to be.
"55 miles south, thunder cracking lightning, while something else inside shines like the 4th of July."
I really like the layers. He's harmonizing with himself. It's nice.
Go it on my own. Go it on my own.
Nice finger picking in the background.
Go it on my own. Sand City buzz, kicking up dust, kicking up dust before the sun comes up.
I like that.
Nice head.
Devil sees us now,
Violin.
Yep.
clears the moon glow, sleeping in our winter clothes, radios crackling fire. Go ahead on my own. Go ahead on my own.
It's beautiful.
Go ahead on my own. Sand City buzz, kicking up dust, kicking up dust before the sun comes up.
All right, so that
Nice.
was Before the Sun by Gregory Alan Isakov. What do you think of that one?
Yeah, it's very... Well, he's singing very soft.
Yes.
He's almost half asleep.
Yeah, I think that's kind of his vibe, to be
Yeah,
honest.
Like he's
Yeah.
he's had a hard day on the farm,
Yeah.
and but the guitar's very in your face.
The banjo?
And there's the banjo. Sorry,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
The banjo and all the backing.
Yes.
The backing banjo as well.
Yeah, I liked it. There was a bit of reverb on some of those drums as well, which was
the
quite cool.
boom.
Yeah. You like that,
Almost
right?
like kick snare, but
Yeah,
it's not
that was
really
nice.
snare, it's some like, yeah.
But I thought the banjo and the violin were just perfect together, along with his. I love his vocals.
It is nice when those drums come in.
Yeah.
And that snare hit or whatever it is, that so reverb and it's far back.
Yeah.
It's not too loud.
No, it's not. I think everything's
it's
perfectly
like a good
placed.
bass under there.
Yeah. But so apparently, I was doing some research on this. Apparently, he wrote some of these lyrics. I'm not sure like how much of it, but some of these lyrics when he was 22. So I mean, I'm not saying this is his best track lyrically. I still think it's good, but I personally think he's probably one of the best lyricists, just like writers at the moment in any genre. Personally, personal opinion. I think he's a great writer.
You can have those.
Yeah, okay. I'm allowed to have that.
Allowed them.
Yeah, I'm allowed that. Thank you. Yeah, so I mean, Big Black Car is one of my favorite songs by him. And I personally think that's possibly his best writing. That's the one I showed you.
Yep.
That was the first Gregory Alan Isakov song I showed you. And I think I also showed you the Stable song as well.
Possibly.
Which is also a great one. But we should... Did I also mention that he's an organic farmer? Like a full-time...
I think you mentioned something like that to me. And the song did put me on a farm.
Yeah, so...
Because it has that very grounded...
Yeah, so when I was reading up about it, he mentioned that. So as I said, he wrote some of this when he was 22, but it also it made him think of I guess being outside was the inspiration and working outside. Yeah, there's something about his songs, and he has mentioned in an interview that traveling is a big influence on his music, which makes sense given he's an artist, right? He'd be traveling to and from shows. But I feel like his music always places me on, like, I don't know, a train traveling through the countryside. I'm looking out the window.
Yeah.
I'm reflecting on my life. Maybe I'm reflecting on the trip that I just had. It just gives you that vibe. Do you get that from his music?
Yep, definitely can see that.
Yeah, it's something very reflective about his music. I really love it.
Either I was in a hammock or...
Yeah.
You know,
it's just
watching
very
the
laid
cows
back, right? Yeah. Well, like you said, it places you on the farm for sure. I mean, we should probably start digging into some of these lyrics.
Sure.
So like 55-mile signs. He's already creating, setting where, like, the place of where this is taking place, right? Thunder, crack, and lightning. When something else inside shines like the 4th of July.
Okay, so you don't see signs for 55 miles, or you something else? Like,
I think that's what he's saying. Or the city is 55 miles away, or something is 55. Yeah, you're far away from the city.
Yeah.
Civilization or whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
And then I guess when he's saying
the thunder, crack, and lightning.
Yeah. So
I guess it's easier to see when you're
more exposed to the elements. I guess
when you could.
It's easier to see that exactly.
Big buildings in your way.
Yeah. And then he says, while something else inside shines like the 4th of July. I wonder if he's saying there he's just feeling so content with what he's doing on the farm. So like he is internally like shining inside, possibly. I'm not sure. Could be that. And then it's this. Then he goes on to this bit. I'll go it on my own. I'll go it on my own. Go it on my own. I wonder. Do you think that's is he just doing that just for the song itself, or is that some kind of mantra? Maybe I'm not too sure. And then
a little mantra for self-confidence.
Yeah, possibly. Like, hey, I can do this on my own.
Yeah, I got this.
Yeah, maybe because there'd be some tough days where you're probably questioning what you're doing. Yeah, right. Because I imagine even for an introvert, I imagine it would get pretty lonely at times doing that kind of work, right?
Especially as an introvert.
Yeah, true.
You're alone more often.
Yeah, very true. And then Sand City bus kicking up dust. So again, you're seeing city buses because you're out in the sticks, as you said. Kicking up dust before the sun comes up. So I like this because he's very early on set place in terms of, you're probably on a farm or something like that. Then he's also set time. Like time of day, like very established that very early on, which I like. So you can really see exactly where he is, what's happening. Like it's just perfect in terms of
dusty road.
Yeah. It's perfectly done. All right, so then we move on to this next part, which I'm very unsure about compared to the first part of the song. And that part is the devil sees us now, clear as the moon glows, sleeping in our winter clothes, radios are crackling fire. So I'm really
sounds cozy.
It doesn't.
Winter clothes and
until you get
the radio is bringing them
part,
that much comfort.
Sure.
The crackling fire.
Yeah. So what do you think this devil part is about? I'm wondering, could probably totally off here, but I'm wondering if, I guess you could think about the day in terms of daytime, light, maybe you think of God, right? And then nighttime, darkness, therefore you think of the devil. And since this is taking part during a dark part of the day, the devil is watching, possibly. I'm not too sure.
The moon glows.
Yeah, not too sure. I could be totally off here. But yeah, I don't know. That's my only guess.
It's hard to say.
Yeah, it's a tough one. But this is what I do like about Gregory's songs, though. They're always very much open to interpretation.
But we do know it's cold because they're sleeping in their winter clothes.
We definitely know that.
The radio is giving a fire-like comfort.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, no,
so they've got the radio on at a pretty... the sun's not even up. The radio's on. Maybe they left it on to sleep to.
Maybe.
Like some ambient noise.
Yeah. And otherwise, he's annoying the person next door. Right?
This is where I'm a bit weirded out. This bus is doing a route, kicking up dust before the sun's even up.
Yeah.
This is a very early bus route.
Yeah, can happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't find me on that bus, but I hear there are things.
I think you'd find many people on the bus. But he's kicking up dust all around.
Yeah. So yeah, look, apart from the devil part, like you said, sounds cozy. Sounds cozy.
Well, if you got thunder, cracking, and lightning, I guess you can say you've got rain.
Yep. That's a good assumption.
So he is painting this rainy, cozy night. Right?
Yes. Yep.
And
that's a good assumption.
And he's pretty much just talking about him sleeping in there, feeling cozy. He's got the radio on. And I guess he's preparing himself for the day.
I guess so.
I'll go it on my own. Like, he's got something he's got to do. He hasn't really told us what.
No.
But he's ready to do something.
Well, since we know he's an organic farmer, I guess we kind of know what he would be doing. I don't know exactly what a organic farmer. I can just, I have an idea.
He's picking fruits.
Yeah. But yeah,
hoarding cattle.
I've never done it myself.
He's not hoarding them.
So I should probably mention this. I found this interesting when I was looking into, I guess, this song and the album that this song is going to be off, which is coming out on the 18th of August of this year, called Appaloosa Bones. Do you know what Appaloosa means, by the way?
No.
Neither did I, but I looked into it.
I'm hearing applesauce.
Okay. You're a little bit off. It's
a little bit hungry.
Yeah, apparently. It's a breed of horse.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so I had no idea. It's probably one of those things we probably have seen the word before, but just didn't occur to us because we didn't know what it was. Okay. But yeah, apparently that's what it means. But at first I was like, so horse, like a breed of horse, bones, like what is he getting at there? But it makes total sense when I read this out to you. So I read something on Genius where he touched on, I guess he wasn't really directly saying why it was named this, but he was kind of like indirectly saying, where he said that this album was going to be a departure from his kind of normal style of music. And he described Appaloosa Bones, the new album, as a record that it was quite bare bones, and more of a raw arrangement. So that makes sense in terms of the bones part. And now I'll read you this next part, which will kind of make sense why it's called Appaloosa Bones, or at least it made sense to me. So he said that before he started making this album and recording these songs and writing them or whatever, just the whole creative process, he'd set out to make a folky, small lo-fi rock and roll record, right? So that's what he set out to make before actually coming out with these songs. And then he said the songs kind of told him, no, fuck you. This is what it's going to be, right? And then he said, and this is where I really love this. He goes, I was just holding onto the reins, waiting to see where it was going and how the material worked. So I love this because I've heard people like Rick Rubin talk about this before in terms of the creative process, where it's kind of something that you're just channeling.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. Like you kind of just let it come to you and then it just is what it is.
You're going with the flow and whatever.
Totally.
It's very intuitive.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that about
and you shouldn't overthink it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And don't be like, no, it needs to be this. It's like it is whatever it wants to be. Right?
Yeah, let it happen.
So I think it's cool because he talked about how he's just holding onto the reins. So I imagine that's where the Appaloosa part comes from. Because he's kind of just on, like, he's turned the creative process into this metaphor where he's riding this horse, but he's not telling the horse where to go. He's just holding on going, take me wherever you want to go, right?
Mm.
Which is the song and whatever that becomes.
And it's that horse's bones.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then it's the horse's bones, and that's the rawness.
Roots of the horse.
Yeah, so...
Not him.
Exactly. So once I read that, I was like, that is such a cool name.
It is a cool name.
I think it's a really, really
nice
cool name.
Story.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. So another thing we should probably talk about is, I mentioned earlier in the video that Big Black Car by Gregory was one of my favorite songs by him, right? And when I was looking into this song, I started getting back into some of his older songs. And I noticed that Big Black Car was actually in a McDonald's commercial. And I know you now know this because just before us doing this, we watched it together, right? And for anyone out there, it's definitely worth watching because it's a very unintentionally funny video. I'm sure you can imagine it. I mean, McDonald's is kind of the opposite of wholesome, and then you got Gregory's music, which is super wholesome. So it's quite interesting seeing it together. I can see what McDonald's were trying to do by trying to pull on the heartstrings, but I'm not quite sure they pulled it off.
Well, to me, it's effort and low effort.
Yeah.
Right. You've got all the effort of the guy setting up this, the candles and everything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
He's trying to make some romantic dinner night inside.
Yeah.
And then the food is McDonald's.
Hey, some girls might appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm not ragging on a McDonald's day. That definitely can be done. But the way it's shot, like they're zoomed up, and the string being pulled, the bow being tied, and you're like, oh, this is fancy. And no, it's not. It's McDonald's. It's just
if you're having McDonald's, you're probably just sitting on the kitchen floor or something, right?
Yeah, but they were on the carpet.
That's so true, actually. You've gone to such low effort in terms of the food that you've got.
Well, yeah,
are you really going to all that extra effort with the other stuff?
This is what I mean. You've cut the string and everything's perfect, and you've planned the night. You've got the candles, and she's coming home at exactly this time, and then you've just gotten to, you went prior. You just went to drive-through McDonald's.
Yeah, yeah.
Picked up 2 burgers.
So he hasn't even gone inside. He's gone through the drive-through.
Yeah, he's
couldn't be
gone through
bothered
the
getting out.
100%.
Classic. So for anyone out there that
plated
hasn't
the cutlery nicely,
Yeah. For anyone out there that hasn't seen that video, highly recommend it. And even if you have, watch it again. It's quite funny.
It's like a 1 minute clip. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, when I was doing my research for this one, I looked into that because I was like, oh, Gregory would really sign up for this. I'm kind of surprised. Apparently, he initially turned it down and was like, look, that's not really for me. That's not my kind of vibe. Right? Turned it down.
Prefers KFC.
Yeah, exactly. More of a KFC guy. Exactly.
A chicken guy.
Yeah, he strikes me as that
He's got
type.
a chicken farm.
And then he went back to his band and kind of told them about the opportunity. And they were like, hang on a sec. Why don't we just take that and then we can give the money to, or at least a large portion of it, to other organic farmers? And then Gregory was like, yeah, good idea. So went back to them and said, yep, we'll do it. And that's what they did.
What a dude.
So again, what a wholesome dude, right? Yeah.
Reframed it.
Yeah, totally. So
That's a great idea.
Well, that was a really nice story. So yeah, I mean, I think that's it for this one. I think it seemed like you like this one.
It's a nice track.
I wonder if I can get you into indie folk. Let's work on him, guys.
Who was that guy I played to once? There was another indie folk guy I played. Something about write your name on the bottom of my shoe. McCamper? Something like that.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll have to.
Okay, dig that up. I mean, maybe we can do a reaction to that.
Something like that. But it was a really cool track, and I do like the indie folk style sometimes. Like it does get me.
I'm not surprised because for anyone watching this, I mean, within our family, Scott's always been the one that we were like, you know what? If there could be a guy who was just like off the grid, it's this guy. So it kind of makes sense that you would this would resonate with you.
Put me on the farm.
Yeah, totally. I could see you there.
I probably could live on a farm.
Yeah, I could see you there.
But a lot of indie folk also sometimes it just sounds, I mean, like any genre, it can just sound so samey.
Samey?
Yeah, like the singer comes in, you're like, oh, okay, very breathy, very soft.
Right.
And the little...
kind of meets your expectations.
It's always acoustic. And like sometimes it sounds, I mean, but any genre.
But any genre can be that, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But there's some that, I don't know, for my taste
more than
stand
others.
out.
Right.
That
right.
I would then lean to. But
yeah.
Joe McCamper. Something like that.
Okay. Okay. Well, look, put in the comments afterwards.
Yeah, sure.
Because keen to hear what this artist is.
It's kind of like it's an upbeat one, of course. I like that.
Definitely more your vibe, whereas this again has more of a sadder kind of sound. Yeah. More of my vibe.
The one I'm talking about, you're not on the train, you're driving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Like it's that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's an upbeat.
Yeah, keen to hear
it's a very good cruise song.
Keen to hear it. Okay, anyway. Cool. All right. Well, look, that's it for this one, guys. I think that brings us to the end of this video. Let us know what you thought of the song.
Yeah.
Whether you are or are not a Gregory fan. I mean, if you loved it, let us know. Even if you hated it or didn't like it, let us know. Let us know what you thought. And let us know of any other, songs by Gregory that you'd like us to react to, or any other artist, really.
Or if you've had a McDonald's date, let us know how it went.
Yeah. Let us know if you're still with that person, because, I'll be impressed to hear if you are. Yeah.
They're the real relationships, though. The ones where you can just bring McDonald's home and you're not judged.
So now you've come around. Now you're like, you know what? I get it.
Oh, no, not like the way they did it. Not the way they did it.
You would just bring Maccas and nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kitchen floor.
Don't need to light candles for your McDonald's burger.
No, none of that.
Really?
No.
Come on.
So that's it for this one, guys. We'll see you soon. I know we had a bit of a hiatus prior to this one. This guy was a bit sick. But we'll keep them coming out. These videos coming out more regularly. So you'll see us again soon.
We're back on board.
Yeah, we are. We definitely are. So thanks, guys, and take care, everyone.
All right, catch you guys.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.